Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. I just thought it would be easier to get everybody together and record a Zoom so everybody can kind of be on the same page. So I grabbed a couple slides to kind of share some of the new stuff so you guys kind of have a better idea of what's coming out and what they talked about at Summit. And then I asked some coaches who were at Summit for like the first time to kind of share their takeaways. And then some of my Star Diamond coaches and Diamond coaches are on. And I asked them to kind of share what they thought their big takeaways were so you guys kind of get a better idea of what Summit is really all about. The big thing, though, is just live events. I mean, Summit is the big event, but any event that you can possibly go to, and it doesn't even have to be Beachbody related. I mean, any type of personal development type conference, anything that's going to help you with, creating that mindset that you need, that's going to help you build confidence, any type of, training like that. There's Tony Robbins, and I know it costs a lot to do Tony Robbins, but his stuff is awesome. Christine went to Eric Worre's in Dallas. I mean, so just, anytime you can, like we even got a chance, to hear Coy Cooper, Brandy's husband. I mean, he's amazing. So anything that you can go to that is going to help you with just mindset, confidence, anything. But of course, our events with Beachbody are huge. I mean, that's when you understand the big picture and you get to feed off of the energy of the other people that understand our weirdness. It's always nice to understand, okay, now I understand why they're so weird. You get it. When you go to events, you get it. Like you totally are, your eyes are open to why we are the way we are. So I'm going to share my screen and kind of go through these. But if anybody has a question or anything, you can put it in the chat or just unmute and ask. Totally fine. And hopefully you can see that again. Can you see that? The slide, you can see it? Okay, sweet. All right. Okay, so this one, I don't know if it'll work this way, if it'll make it big or not. Did that work? Is it big? Aha, sweet. Okay, so I know some people like do those diet bet things and you can like put in money and then it's like a pool. And if you like check in and do all this, obviously Beachbody caught wind that that's kind of a cool thing and people like doing that. So they kind of created their own. So they're doing what is called a health bet. And if you have not used the challenge tracker app, obviously we all need to take a peek into that. I myself have not, I will be honest, because I'm a creature of habit and I've done challenge groups for how many years, and the thought of doing something new, I was kind of like, oh, this is working for me, I don't need to do that. Well, then they throw this on me and I'm like, oh crud, now I need to do it. So if you don't have the challenge tracker app, make sure you are getting that, take a look at it so you kind of have a better idea, because on September 5th through the October 2nd, they're going to be doing this and you have to use the challenge tracker app. Obviously, this is a way for you to get people to want to check out what we offer. That's a way. I mean, I already see some coaches that aren't even posting about this already to get people, kind of start informing them that this is coming up. But they do have to do a minimum, I forget how many. So they have to do 3 workouts a week. They have to log 5 Shakeologies. They have to post a photo, and all that goes into the tracker app. So if anybody has been using it, I would love to hear like your feedback on what you think about it and if you like it. I know Corey used the tracker app and she did her challenge group and she gave them the choice. And most of the people said they liked the app. Because they didn't like to get on Facebook. So I guess it just depends on the group of people you're working with. Some people are going to like, the idea that they don't have to get on Facebook to click into a group. And some people are going to like the idea that they can go into the group. I don't know. It may be just one of those things you might say, I have both open, try that and see how it goes. But that is coming. So just know that when you start hearing things about the health bet, that's what it is. Okay, so I was super excited about this one. And they said they have been wanting to put out a yoga program for a long, long time. And I have said it for years myself. I wish they put out a yoga program, just a yoga program. I mean, I love P90X3's yoga. That's what made me look into actually going to a yoga class. I was one of those. I was like terrified. I thought of going to a yoga class. I'd never been. I knew I was not good at it. So I think that this is an awesome way to get people introduced to yoga. So it's the 3-week yoga retreat. I forget how many instructors they had, but if you know Ted from P90X3 and you do Ted's chair, that's Ted. He's one of the instructors. Sometimes I would just stand there and watch him because I would be in like amazement of what he could do. But, and then he like ran in front of me, like across the street. And of course my husband's a big dork and like said, let's do Ted's chair. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so embarrassing. Anyway. So this is something. So when you have people that are asking about yoga programs, now we finally can say we do have one. So I'm really excited about that. It is 21 days, obviously, and 30 minutes. That's perfect. And it is only going to be on Beachbody On Demand. So if you didn't see some of my videos, I was saying we are going all digital, guys. That is the direction Beachbody. So just know you need to be plugging into how to use Beachbody On Demand and how that all works as well. So that's coming in September. All right. Of course, this one I'm probably the most excited about. I love Joel. I love Jericho. I love them from Combat. And I think that this is going to be an awesome program for sure. Anything that works like the core, and that's like the base of these types of programs. So it does come out in November. So 30 to 45 minutes, and it's just a 30-day program too. So that's always nice. It's nice to have those type too when you do a challenge group, because you can run a 30-day challenge group. I think people can handle a 30-day challenge group. I go 21 days, but if programs start being a little longer, I will start running 30-day programs. So just know that it's Core to Force, and that will be a new one coming as well. And of course, this one is already here. If you do not have it, I suggest getting it. So I just had my mom do Country Heat just a little bit ago for the first time, and she loved it. And she even said, I can do this one. And I said, I told you you could do this one. And she's like, and you don't even have to dance. I'm like, no. And it's not that my mom's a bad dancer or anything, but, she's gotten totally out of the routine of really, doing, workouts. I mean, she loves to walk, but she used to take, my Zumba class and all that back in the day, and she enjoyed that. So this opens up just to a whole new group. We can reach so many people with Country Heat. I mean, people who are just like, I hate to work out. I don't want to work out. This is fun. I mean, it is a fun workout. And with the modifier, there was a couple moves. Of course, she would make me stand in front of her so she could watch my feet. And I would say, just follow the modifier. So she's very stubborn about that. She doesn't want to. She wants to try to do what she goes, well, I want to do what Autumn's doing. I'm like, well, you're going to have to give it a little bit. But it is, guys. I mean, this truly, I feel this is going to be an awesome program. And I highly suggest, even if you're like, this does not look like me or what I want to do, get it anyway, because you have to know how you can help people. And if you're not familiar with this program and what it can do and, share info with people, then you're not going to be helping some people. So I don't want you to miss out on being able to help people. And that digital unlock too is really nice, that you can get that. So, all right. The 20th. So I will be honest, I'm a little confused about this whole thing. My husband, when they were showing everything, he was like, I don't get it. And I'm like, I mean, I understand, marketing and that kind of stuff. And it's another way for people outside, I guess, the people who love reality shows. Okay, this is going to introduce them to who Beachbody is and what we are. I get that part, but I don't know. I'm not big on maybe some of the stuff that they are going to be sharing, I guess, in a way. But, again, it's going to be a way that people are going to be able to be introduced to our company, and that brings them to a coach. So I guess I get that part. And obviously it's going to bring a new trainer into and a new program. So it's interesting. So that starts in August. I didn't realize that started already soon. Did they give a date, Jennifer? I don't remember them saying an actual date. Did they? Sorry, you muted. I can unmute you. There, I got you.
I don't remember them saying a date. I'm sure I have a slide in my phone of it, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever really set an actual date. I guess they will just be announcing it. And that's the other, I guess, bonus too with it. It's only on Beachbody On Demand. So people have to, get that club membership and they have to be able to be a member to get to watch it. So that's another way for people to be introduced to that as well. All right. I think this is the last thing as far as like new stuff. I think this is awesome too, because people love to get on Pinterest and look at all the pictures and the steps. And I know all the people love watching the videos where they show you exactly all the ingredients and what they're putting together to make their stuff. So I totally get it that the people actually being able to watch them make some of the stuff is going to help. And of course she said, she's going to share shopping lists. People are always asking for a shopping list. Tell me what exactly to go buy. People want that. So I think that is an awesome thing as well. And like I said, I'm excited because my daughter loves cooking shows. So I'm like, I am so going to make sure she's watching that. She can just start cooking for me. And that, it said first episode is August 19th. So, and again, that's on Beachbody On Demand only as well. So that's an awesome thing with, the whole Beachbody On Demand thing. Okay. So at Summit, we go to what's called general session. You have like breakouts where it goes into workshops, but then general session is where you have a big group. I think it's like 6,000 in there. And then they had other, several speakers talk. Gary Vaynerchuk, if you don't know him, definitely look him up and follow him. He does like profanity a little bit, so warning if you're like playing videos around your kids, they might learn a few new words. But I mean, he doesn't hold back. I mean, he straight out just puts it out there how it is. His story is amazing. He is brilliant. I mean, he is just a brilliant businessman. He knows what it takes. But one of the things he said right off the bat was he'd been following Beachbody coaches for like a few months. And he said 95% of us do not work hard enough. Like pretty much, I think he called most coaches a bunch of babies, pretty much. I think is what he was pretty much saying, that we just think that we're supposed to be successful without putting in the work. And that's not the way it goes. It does take hard work and it does take being patient. It's not going to happen overnight. And so he really drilled that part in. I did also write down some of the other things he said that kind of stuck out to me, because I think a lot of times people see some of these coaches that have like a ton of followers. Well, that doesn't really matter because it's not a popularity contest. It's about who you're talking to. How many of those people are you interacting with? And do they even care? I mean, some of the people I follow, I never see them in my newsfeed ever, and I don't talk to them. So, I mean, that's the same way. Like he said, you really need to interact with the people that are showing up, liking your stuff, commenting on your stuff, anything. If you notice people, if you were at Summit, he was like, you better be interacting with the people that were following and liking your posts and stuff while you're gone. And he said, we talk, but we don't listen. So he obviously was watching coaches quite a bit, and he took that away for sure. Did anybody else take anything from Gary's talk that you wanted to share? You can just unmute if you had something.
I did. You want me to go first?
Go for it.
I think most people will lose their patience. That was a huge thing that he talked about, was most of us will lose our patience and quit. So, he was talking about things he does. He didn't worry about what someone was doing because he knew they were going to lose their patience before he did. That was a big one. most people won't take his advice. So that's why he gives great advice, because most people won't take it. They'll say, I'm not going to do that. And they won't do it. Just like, we get advice to do our power hour or whatever, and I'm guilty. And you don't take that advice and you think you're okay, and we don't do it. Well, people know what they're doing. So take the advice. I had a lot of takeaways. Sorry.
No, go for it. No, I love hearing the takeaways too.
And then most people don't care about your abs. So that was something I took. So don't just be posting your abs or your body or whatever, just be posting it. They want your story. They want to hear about you. So he said, was saying how he went through Instagram and it was pictures of abs, and he's like, nobody cares. They're going to keep scrolling. They want a story. So that's from him. That's what I took. I've got more too, but from other things, but you want me to tell you everything I took from Summit or just from him?
I'll go through, and then you can just throw them in at the end, because then I'll just be done and I'll open it up to you guys. But okay. I'm glad you did say that. I talked to Joe that he works with corporate, and I said, I totally got it. Like early on, everybody that talked, every speaker, everything was centered around sharing your story. Everything, every single speaker talked about it, and we don't do it enough. And that is a huge part of what we do. And it's the scary part of what we do, because there's things that we don't want to share with people. But then we have to remember, like, I know this is funny, like, I don't drink a lot like I did back in my day, but I don't now. And I was at a ball game, we went to a ball game, and my mom caught a picture of me, and I had a beer in my hand. And for a moment I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, I have a beer in my hand. Like how I used to be, like if I was a teacher, like that was a huge no-no. And my mom was like, Jamie, it's not even like you drink. Like that shows like you're normal. And I'm like, that's true. That is true. Like it does show that you're normal, and that I don't, I'm not like stay away from, ever doing anything that's fun or, that is true. I mean, that could be with like anything. I mean, people want to see that you do struggle. People want to see that you mess up. People want to see that part. They want to know where you used to be. They want to know how in the world you got here. So as scary as that is, I did take that away from every single person that talked, for sure. Sorry, my boys are screaming, so hopefully you don't hear that in the background. Okay, so before I open it up to, I want the people who went for the first time to kind of share with you guys. But the number one thing I want you to really be thinking about, if you did not get your ticket to Summit, even if you signed up yesterday to be a coach and you're on here, go get your ticket. Just go get it. Don't think about it. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I really don't have the money for that right now. It'll work out, because when you commit and you say to yourself, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be there with this team. I'm going to, I'm committing to my business. It's kind of your way of really committing to your business by getting that ticket now. And then of course we have a super weekend. So wherever you are, find one close to you. If you're close to us, we have one in Indy, and we're blessed that we have Tony Horton coming. I mean, that doesn't happen, guys, all the time. We've been pretty lucky to have, somebody come every once in a while, but we have Tony, and oh my gosh, he'll talk, and he's so good. So, the tickets are, I can put the link for those again, but get to live events for sure. So let me see I'll go back. But I want to open up to a couple coaches that we're going to share with us that went for the first time. So I don't care who wants to go first. I asked Brooke and Brittany, but if there's anybody else on here that went for the first time and they want to share too, you are more than welcome to do that. So whoever wants to go. Brittany, you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just unmuted. I'll go first. So, I'm Brittany, and I signed up as a coach last September, so I'm a little less than a year, and so this was my first summit, and I am so completely grateful that I went. I just got married, got back from my honeymoon on Sunday night, And to be honest, come Monday, I was like, I'm not going. I'm not going to go. I'm tired. I felt like I was going by myself. I had other team members, but people on my team weren't going. I'm like, it's not going to be impacted. You guys, you have to get to Summit, get to a live event, because I am on fire. Like, I just want to share. So to keep it short and sweet, my biggest thing that I took away was to have fun with the post. Have fun with your business. When I first started out, I thought that I needed to post about the nutrition, the water that I was drinking, the shakes that I was drinking, and my workouts. And so I would make a schedule, because in the trainings they said, make a schedule. What are you going to post? And I'm like, okay, 9:00 is going to be my shake. At lunch, I'm going to have my healthy lunch I'll post about. And then the evening will be my workout. And I started getting some people, but not a lot. And because how boring is that? Like, I'm not connecting with people, because as Autumn said, we're not normal. Most people don't like to work out and have the lifestyle that we have. So my thing that I took away, that mostly, I'm so sorry. Mostly I'm going to be me. I'm going to show my personality. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be unique. If it's been a really hard week at work, I'm going to post that I'm having a glass of wine. I'm the same way, Jamie. I feel like I had to hide if I'm having a beer or drinking. Mm-hmm. I'm going to post that. How am I not going to connect with other people, the same situations that I'm going through, and show them it's okay. Like, we can have a drink. We're normal. If I'm going to eat a cookie, I'm going to post it. So that was my biggest thing, is let's have fun. Let's show our personalities and show that we're not just crazy people that work out and drink shakes. So thanks.
So true. So true. And that is, you do have to be you. That's how people connect. That is how they come to you, because there's something that you're doing and they're like, okay, she's just like me. That's how. Yep. Okay. Thank you, Brittany.
Yep.
Brooke, are you ready? Here, I'll unmute you.
Yeah.
You're good.
That was one of my big ones too, the same as Brittany. Be unapologetically you. But I kind of took it a little different than she did. I agree with everything she said. Yes, that's totally true. It's hard to be real and open and not just want to show the good things and the perfect things, and that's the way I've always looked at all the other top coaches that I admire. I'm like, I have nothing in common with these people. Nothing. I never have my hair done. I never have makeup on. I take horrible pictures. Who wants to see that? Yeah. So I hate taking pictures. I avoid it. And that made me think, if I can succeed being the big mess that I am, then other people like me are going to say, hey, I can do that too. I don't have to be this way. It's not all glamour, and it's real life and real people, and we can do it. Hi. I have somebody poking his head up saying hi. Yeah. Life. And my other big one, this was a quote, I think it was from Missy. I don't remember her last name, in one of the workshops. If you do all of the things that you don't feel like doing, you will have everything you ever wanted. And that, how often do I say, God, I don't want to message that person. I don't feel like doing this. I'm too tired. All of those excuses. And I know that holds me back big time. So just like this tonight, I did not want to do this. I did not want to do this at all. I was totally fine last night on our Zoom with just our little team and people I know. All day I've been wanting to throw up. But I know it's good for me. I know it's good for me to do stuff like this. So that's another takeaway. I need to just do it. Just get out there and do what I need to do and be me.
Yes. I know. I totally get it. I remember, you can ask my coaches when I like would make them do stuff, and I do it because somebody had to make me do it, and I would have not I would have done it if somebody else didn't tell me to do it. So I know that's something I have to do for my coaches too. I have to say, okay, hey, I need you to hop on this call. Like, I don't give you a choice. You're going to do it. And then once you're done, you learn from it, you grow from it, and then you're like, that wasn't that bad.
It's not yours.
You're like, you know, you got to do those things. Okay. Was there anybody else that's on that went for the first time? First summit? Nobody else? Okay. All right. Probably my favorite person that I heard from was Melanie Metro. And I did not, she was the only one I didn't record. So I can't wait till that is up so you guys can listen to hers. I don't know if anybody did.
Jamie, she posted it on her YouTube channel today.
Sweet.
So I posted it in my team page. It's not a great video, but you get to listen to what she said.
Yeah, I mean, I love her. I mean, she just flat out said it. I am the top coach because I have outworked all of you.
The competition.
Yeah. I mean, and it's true. It is not because she is a better coach. It's not because she takes better pictures. It's not any of that. She got up every single day, did not make excuses. She did what she had to do, and she never stopped, ever. So, yeah, it was. She simply just outworked everybody else. That's what she did. And, I mean, she is a mom. I mean, that's her number one job. I mean, and she is very big about that. And she always has been from day one with coaching. If you have followed her, I mean, she's always been one to get up early and get her stuff out of the way because she's mom. When those boys are up, then she's mom. And, you know, once they were in bed, then she was back to business. So, I mean, that's why she's where she is, but there was so much. So I'll make sure I'll go find that and I'll put that in the team page too. So thank you, Anne, for telling me that, because I was like, oh, why didn't I record that? I mean, as she was talking, I'm thinking, why did I not record this one? I did put Shalene's on my like page. So if you want to go to my like page, you can watch Shalene's. She cracks me up. And then, okay, so then Christine's, yes, my husband thought he needed to try to replay her dance. Oh my, he needs to hang it up. So yeah, I mean, if you've never gotten a chance to hear Shalene speak live, that's a treat. I mean, anytime I get to hear her, it's awesome. I mean, she's just so good at it. But of course, everything she said was good too. And a lot of hers is about balance, because she was way off balance a lot. So I think that's key too. That's why I think I like Melanie so much, because I'm like, if she can be top coach and can completely be mom and a coach and wife and be totally successful in all of that, I mean, she's doing something right. So I'm going to follow somebody that is doing all that. So, okay, I will open it up to anybody that wants to share your takeaways. So anybody that wants to open up, go for it, because I want to hear your takeaways too.
I'll go ahead and do mine real quick.
Okay.
If that's okay. I just have the main thing that I realized. I've been in I don't know, my head's been messed up for a few months, and I finally have realized why. And I haven't been filling my cup with my priorities. And Summer Tucker talked about having your 5 priorities and name 3 to 4 things that would fill those cups, fill those priorities. And I realized I hadn't been doing anything to fill those cups. I had been working to pay the bills, and that is all I've done. And so that was eye-opening and has changed me completely the last 2 days. So that was my number 1.
All right, Sarah, go.
Okay, mine's from Summer Tucker too. I loved hers. But one thing is, when we strive for perfection, there's no connection. And so, people need to see you overcome things. You got to show them that you're human, you have struggles, and how you overcome stuff. And also that you get to write your story as long as you aren't afraid to pick up your pen and write it.
I like those. I know I cannot wait till I can get my hands on all of them and watch everybody else, because I love Summer Tucker. Love her. Thank you, Sarah.
Yep.
All right, whoever else, just unmute and go for it.
Okay, I'll go. I just took away, like, so many of the top coaches were just talking about just believe. You have to just believe. And, like, I just sometimes am like, I don't know, am I really cut out for this? And I was like, okay, it's obviously I have to believe. Like, they just keep telling me that. That's all I hear. So I'm like, that's really kind of changed me a little bit since this weekend. I'm just like, and that's why live events, I feel like, are so important too, because they do, like, change your mindset and just keep you, your fire lit. So that was one big takeaway. And then the other was just how you need to keep your profile page like a sneak peek into coaching. And so, I just need to be better about that with my own profile page. It just, it needs to be, you need to talk about the coaching more and the benefits. And, even if it's the little things, just, post it and just more of the sneak peek, like. So those were my takeaways.
Right. Totally true. That's called breadcrumbing for some that don't know. Like, just you're dropping little bits and pieces of coaching. And something I shared with coaches last night with my Team Cup teams, I said to them, something that might help you with posting too is to think about if Beachbody just disappeared from your life tomorrow. What would your life look like? Like, what would be different for you in your life if you didn't have this opportunity, if you didn't have anything with Beachbody? So I think that might help you kind of think, what can I share that I have because of this? So kind of make a list of those things and then start sharing them and post different ways of the things that you now have. And then you can even, put that in a post that way. These are the things I would not have in my life if Beachbody disappeared. So, I think that's a good way to kind of think of it too. I forget where I even heard that. I don't know. I heard so many things. My brain hurts. I have like these notes and videos and I'm like, oh my gosh. So, okay. Anybody else?
I'll go.
Okay.
I've been listening to Gary Vaynerchuk all day. Like, I'm a Gary V freak now. I can't get enough of him.
So you're a master of the F word now.
Yeah. Every bad word. Oh, and that's another thing he said today. I don't even think he said this at Summit, but he's like, he didn't listen to people's box about what professionalism is supposed to be. He does his own thing, and he is successful because he's himself.
Oh yeah.
And so, he cusses, he does whatever. I think he's going to be, he's going to keep me going for a while.
Well, a good example of a coach is Trey Bear. He doesn't follow your
his name. His at effing guy. That's his website. Yeah. I got to meet him. I was so excited. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the F-bomb. Go for it, James.
Oh no, I'm not doing it. And then
why the
he said, okay, and then Gary Vee talked about Snapchat. So now I'm on Snapchat. I would have never, thanks to my Snap advisor, Brittany. And so I would have never, ever done Snapchat. I didn't care about that. And I realized that that's just a old way of thinking. Like I need to step out of my box, my comfort zone, and get into other areas instead of just Facebook. And so, and he said Musically, which I've done a Musically with Nalani, so I might try that to see how that will go. I don't know about that. But I can't really figure out how to use Snapchat for what we do other than just.
It's no different than any other social media platform.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
You're giving more of a back, the behind the scenes look. We post 3 to 4 times with the big stuff on Facebook, but Snapchat, good grief, you can snap all day long. What the heck you're doing?
Jamie does, if you haven't noticed.
I do.
But it's okay. If you didn't notice, they started Instagram stories today, which is a mirror image version of Snapchat. They don't have all the filters and everything yet, but it's awesome because you can just keep storing away. It's just like Snapchat. And I think that really made sense after talking, seeing Gary Vee, because he is involved in Facebook and Instagram and all that. He's behind it. He's got money invested. So he must have known they were rolling out Instagram stories. So if they're going there and live video, it's all there. It's, and we have so many coaches that go, damn it, they changed it again. I almost peed in my pants.
Well, and Facebook is the Mac Daddy. They own everything. They own Instagram. So as soon as they know somebody else has something like Periscope, they went Facebook Live. So now they know Snapchat's becoming a bigger thing. So they're going to try to match it or beat it somehow, some way. They'll probably buy it here.
I was going to say, if you follow Gary, you'll see how he uses it for business wise. I mean, he gives you a lot of info, a lot of content, and then he'll tell you things like, for the first 5 people, I'm questions. I mean, we can use that to send them this. He also does things like, where the other day I saw where he said sale coming soon on his wine business. And then he posted sale is open, So, I mean, there's different ways you can look. It's a new platform, so you're going to have to think outside the box, but there's definitely ways that you can do so.
Oh, for sure. And I know Shalene kind of was saying she didn't think so. I mean, I was like, I can see where it is.
Resistant to change.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Now, there's other things she's said that I've not.
She jumps all over Periscope, but nobody uses it.
Yeah. So, now granted, most of the things that she says, I do follow and do, but not everything. And I see that's the way it is. We go where the younger people are. And as soon as we all show up, they run and they go something else. So good. That is the place. My daughter is so mad I'm on Snapchat. Of course, she blocked me. So, I'm really? You blocked your mom. She's like, I don't need to see all your stuff, mother.
No. Don't you need to see all of hers?
I usually am over her shoulder and I don't understand. It is dumb for their age. She will send, she'll literally take a picture and it'll be her forehead and her eyeball. And that's what she'll do. She'll just send it back to all the people that send her a chat. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand. That's weird.
And she's like, that's okay.
Yeah, that's how they talk to each other. I don't get it.
Jamie, did you have more? I want to hear what else Jamie has to say.
Oh, sorry, Jamie.
Jamie? I just have one more. I have one more really big one that I learned before Summit. I did the Ultimate Reset, and it was my first program that I have stuck with from day 1 to day 21, and I just stuck with it. And then at Summit, that kind of got reiterated in my mind. And then once I did that program, and with Country Heat, I was not going to do Country Heat ever in life. I was I don't want anything to do with that. I almost died when it came out. I was no, that cannot be the new. Please don't do that. But then now I'm since I wanted to do the program start to finish, I'm into it. I just have a different mindset. All it took was for me to change my thoughts and my from the negative to the positive. And then now I did it last night. I was this is fun. I love to dance. So
I was going to say you love to dance. I'm shocked that you thought that.
I know, me too. I really don't like country music at all.
Right.
But then, like, going to Nashville's fun, and I don't know, I'm warming up to it as I get older.
Did you see all of us in the back in Myrtle Beach, Jamie?
Doing the video.
Dying. We were dying. We were like, no, I can't do it. We really couldn't hear a lot of it. So like now that I'm doing it at home, it's different, but I was like, no way, I'm going to gouge my eyes out. And seriously.
I thought it was just step touching when I saw you guys doing. I'm like, all they're doing is clapping and step touching.
Right. Exactly. So it was just, we didn't do it. We were like, no, not for me. And my hashtag is City Girl Goes Country, and talking about it in ways that people relate to it. Like I got up, I was like still in my pajamas. I'm like, I can walk, I can dance. And she had a picture like that. People want to know that. Like they don't want to do weights. What did you say? Autumn says that we're not normal. They don't want to do that. And I'm like, I did a 1.25 miles today, this morning in my kitchen, But it's great. It's added cardio or whatever for me. But yeah, that was a great way of thinking outside of the box, because people like, you're doing country heat. I'm like, yeah, I am.
A lot of coaches posting that they're like, this is not a program I would ever do, but they're like, I like it.
It's so low impact. It's so nice. And like, when I wake up, I used to be like a 7 o'clock at night person. Now at 7 o'clock in the morning, I just can't. But this is like a great way to wake up and start moving. And I love saying that I was going to do the test group. Christine's like, girl, I can't believe you made Success Club again on the last day of the month. I'm like, yeah, drinking wine in the airport going, I need a test group. I have to say, I thought I was going to work while I was down there, and there was just no time at all.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
But whatever. I had some takeaways.
Okay.
Did anybody Trina Gray is my favorite coach. Did anyone take the Fitness Coach for CEO workshop? Okay, when it comes out, it's phenomenal. I love Trina and Vito. They are success partners. They know what they're doing. Of course, let me see what it is. And he was so funny, because he was like, oh, all these people are like, oh, you do that sales thing, you sure you want to do it? Like, they also like poo-poo down on that network marketing thing. And, it's like, well, you're in sales. Like, how do you like going to work for someone else on their time? And they tell you when to take lunch and when to take vacation. And as he kind of just like dripped down those things, it was crazy. It was like, who you work with. They tell you who you work for, what time you have to work, and nobody has the freedom to choose any job. Look at a receptionist or anybody that has those kinds of jobs that they're really stuck and they're living paycheck to paycheck. And they said that freedom is something that when you get to make a choice, and as you earn extra money, you realize you have financial freedom to make certain choices. And some people are working part-time, and Jamie was able to quit her job. Coaches are retiring their husbands and their parents and whatever, that it's to open up your mind to other people, because people have this human need to be loved and love this business. And they were saying that we can drop ship freedom into people's lives. And that was like, wow. So the CEO mindset, well, it doesn't matter if you started yesterday. You can be a fitness coach, or you can just, really say, I'm going to say right now, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go out to lunch. And you can say, I earned $14 this week, and I'm going to go take my friend out for coffee. That's something you couldn't do before. And just to write about your goals, but to really dream big with what you're doing and go for it. So Trina said, we'll always be fitness coaches, but wouldn't you like to leave it behind and get a promotion? And I was like, oh, yeah. So be a CEO of an at-home online fitness business as a coach, but reap the rewards of being a CEO. So just joining as a coach doesn't make you successful. Of course, this goes with the rest of the theme that I heard all through Summit. Don't hide in a closet. Be yourself. And I'm huge on Brene Brown. with Rising Strong, Daring Greatly, Power and Vulnerability. And there was this stream of being vulnerable. And the pin drop moment for me, I took a video of Shanti. I cried the whole time. I cried, and it was all about being vulnerable and going back there. And he said this pivotal question, if I told you to walk backwards, would you? And in the video, you'll hear me go, hell no. And in the end, I was just crying. And it was just about being transparent and really putting it out there and not being afraid about what other people think, because it's not about what they think. It's you being able to face it and not being afraid of what you think of yourself. To me, that was huge. I'm not going to cry. I was still crying when Melanie came on.
Yeah, that was like, wow. It was like really quiet in there when he was telling his story too. I was like, whoa.
But pin quiet. I was like, did you notice that? And then Christine's sitting next to me and she's hugging me and she knows because, well, we've been through. And I'm like, you're not supposed to be here. Like, you're not supposed to be here, because she's with Blue Check. She's like, I snuck in. So it was just like, that's what some of it does. And one last thing, I just promoted Jana on my page. Jana has been a coach with me for more than a year. She's a vet, and that's the reason why she joined. She has some people, she happened to be Emerald going in, but she never really worked the business. And Saturday afternoon, she was just so floored with her experience. She put out a pitch and she hit Success Club 5 in one day. And she
rocks.
And you got to, right, your rooms with her. So she got called. She knows Roxy, who's a size master trainer in Michigan. She got called by Roxy to do an open audition for an infomercial. And she's pretty sure it's going to be for Body Beast. Yeah, I think like they noticed, and I think this girl is going to fly, and I've always told her that she would fly, and she just, Big Mary, I love you, I just love you. In every picture. Her energy is just relentless. So what Brittany said, and who else was the new coach that went? I'm sorry, I forgot your name. But what you said about being at those live events, that you just don't know what it's going to take. And she's like, I get it. And we sat at the bar, and all 4 of my coaches that came with me, which was incredible to begin with, they were like, we know we're slacking on the inviting. And I'm like, everybody loves to be invited to a birthday party. They all want to get a chance to say no. But if they don't get the chance, then they get insulted. You know, you never know what you're going to bring to them. And they're all like on fire now. Hopefully they stick with it. But yeah, it's definitely incredible. And I'm so happy to be here, because Jamie was a diamond coach. I was like, what's a diamond coach when I started? And to see her on stage and to watch Christine up on stage, came back, I was bawling. You know me, I'm a crier, but I saw them work really, really hard. So if you're new and that seems like it's celestial and it's in the heavens with God, and you're like, I'm never going to get there, what Melanie said, you outwork the competition, and you're just not going to believe where you're going to go with it.
Amen. It's a no excuse thing. Like, you just don't make excuses. It's easy to make excuses. That's easy. So, okay. Anybody else? Thank you, Anne, for all those good ones. Did anybody not go that wanted to share something? Did we get everybody?
Real quick, just one. I had one more. Janelle Summers, it was her question during the open session. And she was asked, what is one thing she tells all of her new coaches? And as they were up there, I was doing the same thing, and I was like, I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to be Jamie Thompson. I'm never going to be someone higher. And she said that she tells every single one of them, get rid of the self-doubt. Get rid of it. Erase it all. And that has been my mindset is it all starts with I have to believe in myself, believe that I'm capable, put in the work, and I will get there. So we're all in this together. Get rid of the self-doubt, because we can do it.
Yeah, that's like one of the things she has her coaches do. She'll have them write down all the things that they're scared about this business. She has them write everything down, and then she has them throw that piece of paper in the trash.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
And we've all have things that we're scared of. We all do. I mean, I do too. I mean, guys, standing on that stage, I literally at one point I was like, how in the heck did I even get here? I mean, I really felt that because I mean, I am terrified of speaking and all those things. I do anything possible to not have to. And I know that just holds me back. Like, it's dumb that I still do that. And that's why I miss Jeff K, who doesn't work, but Joe's really nice. And Arnaud is good, but Jeff was really good about helping me overcome some of that kind of stuff. And it's nice when you can find somebody that pushes you, that sees that in you, that's what's holding you back. So don't let those, it's just silly. It's silly to let those kinds of things hold you back. It's just, who is it helping? It doesn't help anybody by letting things that, because you fear what somebody's going to think of you or what they're going to say. Like, seriously, like, who cares? And it is. So, okay. Does anybody have anything else? I think I wrote down a slide. I got to look at it though, because I totally shut up.
I have a note in here that I have no idea who said it. And if I would love to quote them, but like when it's to say, be empowered to give yourself permission to be authentically you, design and refine your legacy. And time is more valuable than money these days, and the days are expensive. When you spend a day that you don't do you don't get done, and the world misses out.
Yes, who did say that?
I can't remember. And I tend to think maybe it was Shay Stanford. I don't know. And it's never too late to be whoever you want to be, by F. Scott Fitzgerald.
I don't remember who, but yeah, I remember hearing all that.
And this was another theme, because at the end of this one, love.
That up and put it on the team page so I can have
it. Love, serve, and help other people. That was the end of it. But yeah, if you don't do you, and they're like, write that one down.
Exactly. Okay. So, I mean, obviously too, I mean, hopefully all of you are on a Team Cup team. Hopefully all of you are going to a super event, and I hope all of you have your ticket for Summit, because that is a huge part of this. But I wrote this because I wanted to kind of give you guys, something to think of and do as we, get off of here. But like, I want you to think about like, what are you going to do right now that is going to move you forward? Like, what is a thing that you're scared of? What is that thing that is holding you back? And then just write it down and be like, all right, I'm done. I'm done making that be my excuse. And then I liked those things. I wrote these down. I think it might've been Melanie, actually. I don't even know where I was at when I wrote those down, but I like the whole lead with your heart, have purpose, always have your main purpose is to serve, and lean into your team. I know the coaches who like venture off and totally don't stay connected to the team. They go away. They're not connected. And so they drift off. So stay connected to your team. That's why we are a team. We are here to help every single person be successful. And then stop overcomplicating. I think that is such a huge thing that, especially our newer coaches, they think they have to know everything and you have to be good at everything. I think that we have to help our coaches understand that it's not complicating, just stick to those 4 vitals. Just always know your purpose is helping people wherever they are, however it is you can help them serve others. That comes back. All of those good things you do, it does come back. So, all right, if nobody has anything else you guys want to add, but I will go right now, and I'm going to go get Melanie's video, because that was like awesome. Like, I was just like, my heart like was exploding while she was talking. So I was just like, yes, it was just so nice to hear a coach just be so real about the hard work that they put in, because so many just think, oh, it's just going to happen. I'm a coach. Oh, things are supposed to just magically be great and happen. But it is the work that you put in. That's how it happens. And she is proof, that it can be done. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Anybody have anything they want to ask or anything before we hop off? Any podcast you suggest, Anne? Lisa's asking you. Oh, Okay, you're having a conversation. Sorry.
Well, she was talking. This is a really good topic to like touch on because, you know, she's believing in herself. And, you know, everybody around her is like, no. First of all, they're not in the business. So you need to listen to the people that are successful in this business.
Right.
You know, because you're going to get it and you're going to get the resistance. And I have a lot of coaches there. One of my favorite books is Rising Strong, because it starts off with the speech by Teddy Roosevelt about the man in the arena. And it's something that you should really listen to. And just even in the beginning of the book, because the people, I admire the people that are down in the arena fighting, not the people that bought season tickets to watch. So they're the critics.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't listen to your critics, but it takes a lot of personal development and it's an uphill battle. But if it's something that you want, you have to shed that negative layer. But there's Define Your Life, everything by Shaun T. Those podcasts are amazing. So that's a great place to start. But I'm trying to think of anything offhand.
Oh, Jennifer.
I would say
she was so. I love her too. She's so cute. Tracy Morrow, so cute. She's awesome.
Jen Sincero, you are a badass. That's it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Okay. Well, I'll put this up too, so you guys can share with anybody that wanted to get on that couldn't. So thank you guys. Thank you for everybody that shared too. I mean, I loved hearing everything too. It kind of brought back the pieces of things that, you know, you kind of forget. So thank you and have an awesome night. Hope everybody has an awesome month and just have questions. Don't hesitate to ask, guys. That's why we are a team. You know, if you need help, ask for it. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.